Small Town Minds.
What's going on, guys? Good to see you again. Small Town Minds coming at you.
Small town. Yeah. All right. What's been going on, guys? We are late June. You guys been listening to anything? Anything cool? Anything music wise?
Uh, I have actually. As I think I've mentioned on here before, I'm a massive Killers fan. So I'll thank Michael Tuck again for turning me on to those guys. They are truly one of my favorite bands. Uh, Brandon Flowers, the lead singer, put out or is putting out a country album. I think I sent you guys
Miss America.
Miss yeah, and that obviously there'll be a different version on the album. That was a live one, but that one, and he released a single, Plans. Really, really country, like a country western feel. And apparently that's what the album is going to be, is country. So I'm intrigued. It's kind of country western, a little bit of that Bakersfield sound is what it kind of reminded me of. But good song. Looking forward to the album.
Yeah, cool. Matt, anything?
Yeah, I don't have anything new from this week. Still, just been listening to the Olivia Rodrigo.
That's a really good album.
Oh yeah,
That's really been growing on me.
Well, I did check out that new Pretty Reckless album today. They dropped a new one called Dear God. It came out. Um, there's a couple of pretty good ones. Overall, probably more lukewarm, maybe. Not great. Uh, well, I love their first two albums. Like I really love their first hit or two studios albums they made. But I feel like after that they kind of sort of went a little. I don't know. They sort of dropped a little bit of that harder feel and also more of the poppier feel too. So, I mean, when it's good. But there's some of the songs I'm like, yeah, they're just okay. Kind of kind of mid as the kids like to say. Um, other other than that, I just been listening to a lot of old stuff. I listened to we listened to some Dresden Dolls, Dynamite Hat, Wheatus,
I
and Marcy Playground.
I've been on a little bit of a Dresden Dolls kick here lately,
Yeah,
ironically enough.
yeah.
They're apparently re-releasing, was it Yes Virginia, the
I think
2006
so.
album? Yeah. And apparently they re-recorded the whole thing. But that kind of got me back into listening to them, like the song structuring, let alone
Uh-huh.
the
Yeah,
Amanda Palmer's piano, just the way they structured songs. And
right.
thank you, Mike, for turning me on to them.
Oh,
So
yeah, sure. They're touring again. I think they're going to. I'd like to see them on tour. I've seen her twice by herself, but not with him. So that would be probably a pretty good show, I think. Yeah. But anyway, that's all I've been listening to. Just like a lot of old stuff, mostly. Yeah. All right, let's jump into it. Here we go. News up at the top here. Fox is buying Roku for 22 billion. Now, so here's the thing about Fox. So correct me if I'm wrong about this, Braden. So there used to be the whole Fox umbrella. It used to be like a whole big thing. But now they sold all of their movie and TV catalog to Disney, right? Years ago.
yes.
But but now that, and of course there's still Fox News. We talk about that all the time. But there's also just Fox itself, which which was still an entity even after that buyout from Disney because they purchased Tubi quite a
Yeah.
while back. Now, and so I was a little bit weary of Tubi, but Tubi, well, okay. Granted, my movie has been pulled, but they do they do have a lot of wild shit on there. So I wouldn't think it would be technically right leaning necessarily. But so this is interesting because this buyout means that they're going to have access to obviously the Roku channel, which has, it's just kind of like Roku, or it's kind of like Tubi rather, and also they have a streaming service called Howdy as well. So they're kind of just building themselves back up, just not with movies and stuff, but I guess just as streaming platform. So, but how? What do you know? Like that sort of connection with Fox News and Fox itself, in that?
I don't write off, but you are correct. I mean, it is kind of a weird, a rights thing, I guess you would say, with the movies, TV, things like that. It's kind of odd to me because I feel like as much as streaming is taking over, that being Netflix, HBO Max, all Disney Plus, traditional streaming as it's known, I kind of see a slight shift back to, at least in my experience, a slight shift back to cable, from the standpoint of oftentimes in our house we'll throw on Tubi, throw on Pluto, throw on some classic cartoons for the kids, and it's just background noise. We don't have to scroll through endless options, whatever. So in that regard, if they've got Tubi and the Roku channel and Howdy, I mean, that and they combine all that, that would be a heck of a little, if they keep it free.
Well, see now, Howdy isn't free. Howdy is a subscription based. It's slow, but it is subscription based. I don't know how much it is. I want to say $2 to $3. It's really cheap. I don't know what I was like. I don't have it, but now, yeah, if they combine it all together, I don't know. I mean, usually when change ups comes like this, sometimes it's never good. There's a lot of times. So Tubi's been kind of like that one thing that everybody's been able to go to because it has so many independent movies, especially independent horror movies, but also a lot of old TV shows and stuff that you couldn't find a lot of other places, but also new stuff as well. So there's just so much content on there that I think that, if they choose this to make a dramatic move, like, oh, we're going to merge these together, we're going to merge all three of them together, but now we're going to charge you. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
I always said Tubi wouldn't last forever, so we'll see. All right. Now, listen to this. We're still in the movies stuff. Google invests $75 million in A24 studio company A24 to develop AI-powered filmmaking. Now, a lot of people are really pissed off about this because A24 is kind of known as the sort of indie darling of like these sort of movies that are very much grassroots and stuff. And I wouldn't think you'd actually, I don't recall like anyone that's super great. Well, there are some that's got CGI, but obviously they're not AI. And of course, we talked some about AI in the film industry and everything and how that's kind of frowned upon, and it still is. So there's a lot of people that are looking down on this deal, but I guess they're just saying it's inevitable and like it's just going to happen. You might as well partner with somebody who can help you. I mean, I guess because at the end of the day, you could say, well, we didn't have to do CGI. We didn't have to do CGI. We made movies before that, but we still did it, right? Because it was cheaper and you were able to do things you couldn't actually do in a literal sense. So with AI, it's just going to be that next step. Obviously, we know a lot of the reasons why AI is bad, but again, unless it literally just gets completely destroyed, I think it's going to be there and they're going to use it as a tool.
Yeah.
Matt, anything about that?
I saw Lou Diamond Phillips do an interview this week on The Daily Show talking about it. Learned a little bit about it. It sounds like there's a lot of pressure against it. So hopefully they can have some kind of rules around it so artists are still able to make the films that they want to make.
Yeah, well, I don't think that this investment here is saying we're gonna go in and make AI movies. I think they're just saying we're going into this studio and we're going to help them have the tools to use AI going forward. I think that's what I got from it. But
Okay.
I mean, I think it's just like everything in this country these days. It's all polarized. So if you say AI, there's so many people like, no, bad, 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 bad. And so that's kind of where it goes. And it's like, okay, well, I get that, but like at the same time, if it's going to be used for tools within the scope of making a movie and stuff, I mean, it's pretty much inevitable, I think. So, all right. What's this? Cold blob in the ocean. So there's a cold blob apparently over there by close to Iceland and Greenland. It says it's been there since like 2015, and uh, and apparently, obviously, the as global warming happens, the water is supposed to heat up, but this one is actually a spot where it's getting colder, and they say this is not good though. Not a good thing. Uh, Obviously, because it can affect the polarity, the rhythm of the ocean and stuff. So be it. So, I didn't see what caused it, and I don't think they even know necessarily. But it's very strange, right? I mean, you got like the whole entire ocean mostly getting warmer, and this certain little spot going, fuck that. I'm just gonna get colder.
Yeah, that is very strange. I don't know quite what to say. To your point, it could affect the polarity, and if it does continue to get colder, and we don't know why, that is, I guess, kind of concerning.
Yeah. If it expands more and more, which again, 2015, that's shit. That's over 10 years ago. So,
Yeah.
and really the first time I ever heard about it. But Matt,
Yeah, I read a little bit about it also once he brought it up. Kind of like you guys, the theories that it could have something to do with pole shifts or magnetic um, disturbances. Definitely an odd thing.
don't work in water.
So we learned. But yeah, it's definitely a strange thing. Who knows? Maybe this is how the poles shift. It gets cold somewhere in the ocean.
Mm.
That doesn't seem like a good thing. That doesn't seem like a good thing at
No.
all. Speaking of not good things, bungee jumping. Bungee jumping. Man, that was it. Wow, what was that? That was in the 90s, wasn't it? Remember that was a big thing. A lot of people bungee jumping, and then I felt like it just went away. Like nobody, I mean, it was a thing, and I think some people did get hurt and maybe died back then, and they're like, you know what? This is probably stupid. Maybe I should just, I don't know, go sit on the couch and flip through my phone. I just feel like it just kind of came and went there as a fad sort of a thing, right? Well, apparently not, especially in other countries here. So I think so. This woman, she was trying to bungee jump, right? Or she was about to bungee jump, and the instructors, three of them, had her and threw her off the bridge. No rope, nothing tied to her whatsoever. Basically, they picked the woman up and threw her off the bridge. Um, this is wild to me. It's such a crazy story because I mean, at what point does and there's people behind me filming, right? And nobody says, "Hey, wait a minute, 1 second, one check." I mean,
Where's the
you
bungee
think?
cord at?
Yeah.
I mean, if this wasn't their first day on the job, everybody's first day on the job, you'd think that would be like okay, before we go, you got to check.
Yeah.
Was this just murder? I mean, Brandon, what was this? What was this?
That's probably the most apt description I could think of. Yeah. I mean, obviously it was a fuck up, but damn, like that's not good. Not good. Gross negligence for sure.
Yeah.
Somebody wasn't following the checklist.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. And the terribly sad thing is she didn't even die until afterwards. She made it to the bottom and was still alive. So all that
Ugh.
talk about, if you're falling, you're just gonna die. No, she felt and experienced all that all the way down.
Mm.
I mean, can you imagine? Just absolutely terrible.
God. Mm.
It's just not. It's an awful situation, and I'm just like, I mean, there's a like. I go to a dark place where I'm like, was this like premeditated? Was this intentional? Or like,
Yeah.
fuck this girl. Huh? Fuck this girl. Let's see what happens. I don't, because that sort of gross negligence, as you say, Matt, it's so bizarre. I mean,
Yeah.
you know how they say you had one job. You literally had one job.
Yeah. Yeah. That one's rough. Definitely a rough story to read about.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, and hopefully detours more people from even doing it. But again, if you can't have people who are competent enough to actually know somebody's attached, then yeah, let's not do this anymore. It's wild. All right, so guys, movie here. I watched. I think I had you guys watch it. I don't know, did you both watch it? I don't know. Maternal Instinct.
Yeah. I watched that.
Oh yeah, what do you think, Matt?
That was a wild ride. Uh, I didn't know anything about it, but soon into the storyline, I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be something completely off the wall. And it definitely hit every mark along the way of being completely off the wall. Horrible story. We've talked about things like this in the past. I believe it's hard to fathom what goes through some people's minds and just how little care they do have for others.
Yeah, the total disconnection from reality. I mean, when I think that I'm crazy, whenever I think I'm a crazy human being, you watch something like this and you go, well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe I'm not as crazy as I thought I was. Uh, so you got uh, Taylor Parker was the woman that she,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, a flat out just liar. Just total, complete. That's all fabrications is what she's known for with people. Which okay, but I mean, I feel like you lie and lie and lie. Obviously, it didn't work out really in the past. I mean, people were onto her. They found out quickly. I mean, something like that, you go, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't lie so much because obviously I lost friends and whatever, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Maybe, you think maybe it's a trial and error situation, but obviously for people like her, there is no line. It's just like, I am going to lie about all kinds of things and there'll be no repercussions really. I'll just go from place to place.
Yeah.
So she gets with this guy, Wade Griffin, and I mean, the guy, I don't know, man. It's like he's. I feel like at first he's into her, even though he played it off a little bit in the interview. I feel like he's pretty like, yeah, this girl wants me. Because and if you look at her, I mean, she went through some transformations, right? She
Mm.
did. So I think when they first got together, I think like she was a catch to him, and I think he was just like, whatever this girl wants, whatever she says, I'm going along with it. It's easy to look back, you know, uh, but like in the moment, I feel like he was just like whatever. Even though eventually, I'm sure maybe it did sort of dawn on him after everybody was kind of onto the whole situation. But anyway, explain the story there, Brady. What happened?
Yeah. So they, I guess, in hopes of wanting to keep him, she feigned a pregnancy. And we come to find out that she had a hysterectomy. And we're going to talk about the real star of this documentary, I think I texted you guys Cody, which was Wade's friend. Bless that man. He seemed like the realest motherfucker. Like I'd sit down and have a beer with that guy for sure. But I just love how he put it. He was like, there's nothing down there. But no. So she feigned a pregnancy. Everybody was trying to tell Wade that like she's crazy. Like she had a hysterectomy. All the while, she's been feeding Wade a head full of lies, saying her mom is against her, and there's this oil money, like $8 million that they're going to inherit. And I'm just watching this, and I have dated some crazy girls.
Yeah.
And you start noticing some red flags, and you're like, all right, fuck this. I'm just like, to your point, Mike, like maybe it was made of gold. I don't know. But like at some point, I don't care how attractive they are. Crazy's crazy. And there was plenty of red flags. But it goes along to, I think she went 10 months, was it?
Yeah, but before that, remember she like was buying his house, bought like all these vehicles and stuff, like all this crazy stuff. And it didn't say about obviously she reneged on the house. His mom's vehicle that they bought got repossessed. I don't know about the truck. It didn't say about that, but I would assume about the same with those as well. All this stuff. Once this starts kicking in, like you said, red flags, red flags, red flags.
Yep. Go ahead, man.
Oh, I was just gonna say it all fell apart very quickly. Like once the dominoes started falling, they fell fast. And then, as you stated, where she had feigned the pregnancy, she was 10 months along. I think what was supposed to be a friend is who she attacked. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a girl that she had. Did she meet her? Because she did her wedding. She was a photographer at the wedding.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I don't think they were really that close, were they? I don't think that they were. Maybe they were a little bit closer after that, but because like a lot of people didn't even know who she was at first. That was within the family, I think. So here's the thing. It's like, okay, you're a liar. You like to take things to an extreme. But there's exits here, man. There's like so many exits that she could have taken. That could, it's like, okay, so if she had said, "Oh, I lost the baby," okay. I mean, do you think is it in her head? Oh, well, if I don't have the baby, then he's gonna leave me. I mean, like you have to like. I can't even put myself there, but it's like I assume that's what it was. So it's like I gotta have a baby. But I mean, again, the sort of rationalization that's in her mind of thinking, okay, I don't have a baby. I said I'm going to have one. I don't have one, so I have to go get one. I know somebody's going to have one, so I'm just going to go get that one, and everything will be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just is so wild to me that somebody would imagine that this would be okay, that this would actually get the green light like through and through, like she would be able to make this pass off and be like, yeah. I mean, what do you think her motive or like her idea was after she got the baby? I mean, obviously she got stopped by the cops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she hadn't got stopped by the cops, what would she have done? Do you think? I mean, in my head, I don't think she would have went to the hospital. But then again, she could pretend still even in there. But maybe she just thought, I'll just run with it and see what happens. But I mean, what was she going to do? Go back to Wade? Or Wade was gone that day, right? So maybe when he come home and be like, "Oh, honey, I had it here in the barn,"
Yeah.
and that kind of a deal. It's like, and then what? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
It,
I don't know. It's very like you said, I can't even put myself there because, like you said, there were so many exits, and it just, I can do this. I mean, in a fucked up way, the determination to make this happen is, I don't want to use the word admirable, but I, she was committed, but that is,
she,
that is the
she
very
was
definition of just fucking insane, man.
yeah, yeah. I mean, absolutely. Like of not again not having any sort of reality uh, in your mindset, just totally in your own lane. Like you have a
Mhm.
one track mind and whatever. No, it doesn't matter if it makes sense to the world. It makes sense to you somehow, and
Yep.
you're gonna do it. It is wild to me. It is, and it's a terrible story. It's a terrible story. Obviously, the baby died, the woman died, uh, and all this, and it again, all because of, and that's the thing. It's like this girl. I mean, she she pretended to be a country girl, right? Really, but was she even really into this stuff? She just did it mostly for him, didn't she? I would think that was my kind of assumption. So it's
Yeah.
like, what, what was the point of it? I just don't know, man. I mean, some people that get obsessed with people and will do anything to be with them is it's just to go that far.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Anything else on that, Matt?
No.
Yeah, that's a wild one. That is. It's on Netflix. Maternal Instinct. All right. I sent you guys this one. It's just a little thing. It was just talking about kind of how Europeans live and how they sort of outlive most countries as far as like getting up there in the 90s and hundreds. So they and obviously there's reasons for some of this, and we'll just run through a couple of them or a few of them real quick. Like they obviously they put less chemicals and stuff into their food. They don't pump it full of forever chemicals and go, here you go, take some of this. Um, they banned the ultra processed foods, all that stuff that we scoop up daily.
Hmm.
They banned all that stuff, so they don't even have that stuff. Another thing is they work far less. They don't work themselves to death. Uh, in America, it's work more, succeed maybe. you know, that's the tale anyway. Um, but there they don't work that much. It's I mean they would do they probably work like maybe 3 days a week or who knows something like that, maybe four. But they definitely don't work. They don't have a 40-hour job then go do another job that they do on the weekends or whatever. You know what I mean? They're not
Hmm.
just working all the time. They don't spend their whole life trying to make money. Um, they walk a lot. They don't drive everywhere. They're doing a lot of walking and stuff. Now some of that might be have to situation, but that's what they do. And obviously that's good for you. Walking, getting the old exercise kind of stuff. And then another thing was is they really value community. They really value this sense of community and being around each other, and that's the sort of thing that they really sort of um, you know, do not take for granted. Whereas, of course, in America, we mostly tend to be alone and look at our phones and never talk to anybody.
No.
So these are just some things that it's like if you want to know why they outlive us, that's kind of some of the reasons.
I
Neat to
mean,
think about.
go ahead.
Oh, I just said neat to think about. You're good. You go for it.
Yeah. No, like, yeah, I mean, like you said, in a lot of ways, we have to work. So, I mean, we've talked about just how expensive it is here, and
Mhm.
we have to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. And then even then, some can only afford those ultra processed foods. I mean, it's what we have. So it's unfortunate, but I mean, we live in a highly capitalist country, so it's a hand we're dealt.
Well, and I think that we're sort of getting more knowledgeable about that all the time. It's like capitalism, yeah, we don't want like a lot of the other forms of government, sure, and we understand that there are some good things to capitalism, but there are obviously are a lot of negative things as well.
Mm,
You know, a lot of things that where we're not being taken care of as maybe we once thought we were. You know,
yeah.
or and definitely not what we were led to believe that we were. So
Yeah.
I think people are finally wisening up on that a little bit, though. A little bit. All right, next story. Staggering cremation costs is the reason why many remains go unclaimed.
Yeah, I didn't realize it went up.
You know, this is another thing. Capitalism, baby. I mean, it's like you can't even die anymore. I would die, but I can't afford to today. You know,
Yeah.
it's wild. It's like, I mean, I mean, am I wrong? Growing up, wasn't it like, okay, well, if you can't afford caskets and burials and all the stuff, then we'll just cremate them. That wasn't that the thing? I mean, for
Yeah.
some people, now we're like, oh, it's fancy. We'll just have to we have to charge you thousands and thousands of dollars. I'll just set myself on fire. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it was definitely supposed to be the cheaper option, and for, I think for some beliefs it's the way to go. But they definitely made it to where it could be a very expensive thing too. You know, when my mom passed, she was cremated, and like they tried to sell thousands upon thousands of dollars of urns. You know, it's like,
Yeah. Right. You think that's a lot of it, the urns and stuff and that kind of package. But this I don't think that's really this because they're saying these people can't even afford to get them out of the crematorium.
well, and that was one of the things when I was going over what you had sent. I was like, oh, okay, it sounds like they've actually raised the price of the actual process.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So I don't know. That's I mean it's just sad. It's just sad because and I always thought it was so morbid anyway that you have to think about money when somebody that you love died, you know.
Yeah.
You're sitting there you know, making it a business decision. It's like, well, I just lost this person, you know, that I was really close to or whatever, you know, kind of a deal. And it just I mean nobody that's grieving wants to fucking deal with that, you know. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't even afford to get this person because I'm broke, you know. I mean, how sad is that? It just again, it's beyond me. It's beyond me that we have create. This is the system that humans created.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Um. Well, and speaking of that, of being broke and some and well bodies and stuff like that. In Hungary, which I guess the guy was hungry because he was a hospital worker. he's he's accused of making meals out of human remains. he's, I, 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 I,
I overlooked that one.
well, he got some from work, and I guess that wasn't enough, so he did get some from cemeteries as well. But yeah, man's got to eat.
Meat
Damn
stuck on you, boys.
Oh. Mm.
I guess he got fired, but
I would hope so. Well, Jim, it says here you're a cannibal. So we got to let you go.
Yeah.
oh darn it!
We've had some complaints from the patients.
But you know, isn't it crazy though that this is the funny thing is that this is a news story and something that happened recently, and this won't even bat an eye. Most people won't even know about this.
Yep.
You know, I mean, we live in the day where everybody knows of Ed Gein and stuff and all that, but it's become so common. I feel like, or you know, it's just happened so many times. People just go, oh, okay, this again.
Yeah. God.
It's crazy.
I think it's a form of desensitization. You know, it's
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It is.
I mean, JD Vance was at a something this past week. He's promoting a book because I guess that's what he needs to be doing. And
Yeah, of course.
he mentioned, and I agree with him. He said if Watergate happened in 2026, it'd be like a 12-hour news story.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably true.
Yeah. And like Matt said, just desensitization. So,
Yeah, we just get inundated with so much stuff, but it's
yeah.
happened so often that, yeah, people just
Yeah.
like, nothing to see here.
Yeah.
All right. Father of a 15-year-old girl who is now brain dead from doing the TikTok Benadryl challenge says that she always wanted to be TikTok famous.
There's been several like really bad trends on TikTok that have hurt people. This
Yeah.
one's very sad. It's wild to think that these are things that people are asking other people to do.
Well, this is why other countries that actually care about their children are actually not allowing them to be on social media. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the exact reason because a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old, they're not gonna know the difference between, hey, this is probably too dangerous. I really don't want to do this because it's just kind of stupid to follow trends anyway. To be like, yeah, I'll do it, cool. But that sort of chase for the fame is sort of the downfall of social media. I mean, it is the thing that everybody is going for, and I
Yeah.
just feel like at some point the bubble has to burst, don't it? I mean, it's just like, well, I mean, how many people could be famous at once?
Yeah.
You know, this Andy Warhol said 15 minutes is all you get.
Yeah.
These people are wanting, 15 to 30 years. So it is sad. It's really sad that I mean, unfortunately, if you don't monitor your kids and talk to them about the dangers of social media, then yeah, this thing is going to happen more and more.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Braden, talk to us about a Polymarket scandal.
Yeah. So, fella I work with sent me this video. I sent it on to you guys because, as we just mentioned, I'd heard nothing about this, but apparently, Polymarket and Kalshi are getting a little bit of backlash because they're not really. It's not as easy to win on there as it seems. They had a fake website, and I remember seeing some of these videos scrolling through Reddit of people winning, but it was a fake website. It was Polymarket rather than Poly with a capital I, and encouraging people to bet. Which, sidebar, I enjoy gambling a little bit from time to time during football season. Not a great deal, but I try to do it responsibly. But it is astounding at how much gambling is encouraged now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
If you watch, you don't even have to watch a sporting event, but just any commercials, I guarantee you're going to see a gambling app ad.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, especially in states like Tennessee, where like casinos are illegal. You can't do casinos.
Yep.
You can't go do that, but you can get on those apps all day long and bloop, 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 bloop.
Yep.
A little hard out.
But yeah, they're catching a lot of backlash because I can't remember if it was Polymarket or Kalshi, but like Don Jr. Donald Trump Jr. is one of the advisors, and just over the past few months with this Iran war, there was people making millions betting on that, betting on. I believe there was a stock market bets, oil market bets, things of that nature. And a lot of this is coming to light that maybe Kalshi and Polymarket aren't as on the up and up as they seem. So very, very interesting to say the least.
But not surprising. I don't feel
No.
like it's surprising at all. In a market where you don't get to see any of the insider deals of what's going on, of the ins and out of the business, it's so easy to play that game. And I feel like the internet, the advent of the internet, has been totally responsible for things like this all since the beginning. But this is huge because there are people doing it all day, every day, just betting on shit. And I guarantee there's what I would just call them like ghost bets, right? Where they're not even real, right?
Yeah.
And people are betting money on them, and they're not going to win anything. It's just a false equivalency. It reminds me. Here's what it reminds me of. You guys ever remember that website, Ashley Madison?
No,
Do you remember that?
I do not.
Reagan does.
I don't know what that says about me, but yes, I do remember that.
Oh, Lord.
So Ashley Madison was like this site where it was a hookup site, but it was like a cheating site. It was like, if you're married, go on here and hook up with somebody discreetly, right? Well, here's the thing, and I guess it blew up. I don't know how big it got, honestly, but anyway, eventually there was this expose about it, and a documentary came out about it, and it said, so the trick was this, Matt, was like, you get on there, I guess, and women could message you, but you had to pay to message the women.
Okay.
That was the kick, right? So if a woman I don't know how it worked now. Maybe if she messaged you first, then you could message her, or maybe you still had to pay. I don't know exactly. But I assume, yeah, you still had to pay to message her, I think. I don't know how much or whatever. But so come to find out, most of these women, most of them were bots. Like very few women actually on this site. Imagine that, right? So it got blown up, it got exposure, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? I think, and I didn't check today, but I think it's still a site. I think it's still up and going. So even though they exposed it and stuff, maybe they changed some practices, who knows, but I don't have a clue, but I think it's still a thing. So it didn't even really faze them, but the fact that they was able to totally manipulate people until somebody hacked into their system and found out what was going on, nobody would have known, because it's all behind the curtain, it's all behind the curtain, just like this shit is. So when you're betting on something, who knows? If it's a bigger one, maybe, but if it's some little shit, you could be pissing money away.
Yeah, I've heard that you can bet on damn near anything. It's crazy to think about.
Yep.
I want to say it may have been a 60 Minutes that I was watching when they were talking about, or maybe it was something I read. So forgive me if I'm completely off in left field here, but I guess for the younger generation, this is a huge thing because there's so many young people betting, and a lot of them are losing everything they make.
Well, but just like any form of gambling, it's supposed to be addictive, right? You're supposed to get that thrill, like, oh, look, I just won. Oh my God, look what I won this. Okay, well, I can win again. Let me keep on going. And then you're out of money. That's kind of the whole point of it, right?
Yep.
And you don't even get free drinks.
Or a buffet for $5.99.
Right. All right. So Elon Musk loses his trillionaire status. That came and went quickly, although let's face it, it's probably going to fluctuate up and down a lot, I'd say, more than likely. But he lost it already. That was pretty quick. Had some of the old stock of SpaceX skyrocket down. But I sent you guys this thing beforehand, before this story broke about him losing it, about being a trillionaire, just about what it would take to be a trillionaire. And this was sort of crazy to me. And I was like, that can't be true. But I actually did the math, and it is true. It is true. It says if you work for $1,000 an hour, day and night, every day, 365 days of the year, without any breaks, for 114,155 years. That's what it's going to take for you to become a trillionaire.
Okay.
That's it. That's
A
all.
new goal for me. I've always wanted to live a long time. So, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, in that perspective, isn't it just insane the amount of money that this dude has? And some people say, "Oh, well, he don't have that money. It's in stocks and stuff." Yeah. I mean, technically, yeah, it does fluctuate. Like obviously, we're seeing it go down right now, but it'll probably go back up and stuff like that whenever he does something new or comes up with some bullshit scheme. But the fact is he can cash out a lot of that. And he does cash out stuff quite a bit. He cashes out billions and stuff all the time, and he just. The thing is that once you're at a certain point of money, you just make money. Your money makes money. You know, like it's just making money every second. So, like, you'll be a trillionaire again, I guarantee it. But the fact that you have that statistic is what he would take to do it, it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
All right. Peter Thiel, the old Peter Thiel. He's got a secret club. Who would have thought? Called the Dialogue. Tell us about it, Brady.
So some internal documents leaked, I think over the past couple weeks, that list around 200 people. Obviously, I don't believe this article or anything I found list who, but you can imagine that the guest list would be who you'd think it would be, probably. But things such as money does buy happiness, bring back nuclear, navigating World War III, battlefield technologies, and how's your sex life. Other things they talk about includes building a cult. And that particular session is moderated by the founder of a Christian networking site, good old Christianity.
Like I said, cult number one.
And then finally build a party run by a former White House national security official. So the richest people on the face of the planet are coming together and talking about these particular items. I'm sure that's not problematic.
yeah, when I was reading over it, I couldn't help but think of what were the names escaping me? I just had it pop into my head. Never mind. I'll think of it in 5 minutes. But they just started making TV shows about it, but it's a video game where the elite class, starts World War III to be able to live the way they want to.
Yeah. I mean, we already talked about Till buying land offshore overseas, on islands and stuff. So he's got his fingers in all those pies, and he's obviously a little piece of wacky anyway. But
Yeah.
none of this stuff surprises me at all. Not really. Wasn't Gordon Levitt there?
That may have been a name.
Yeah, the actor, which is kind of funny because he advocates for like anti-AI, right? So
Yeah.
and Peter Thiel's like pretty much pro AI, I think. So it does seem, and maybe he was there just to see it all. I don't know. You never know with people, but yeah, it's again
And
not surprising.
and Fallout was what I was trying to think about, and that was
Fallout. Okay. Yeah. All right. What about this story? A Florida congresswoman who is anti-abortion turns to find out that she needed to have an abortion to save her life.
Throw her in prison. Isn't that what they're wanting to do?
Throw her in prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she calls her senator or congresswoman or whatever. She calls the governor, I don't know, somebody, and they're like they help her out or something. But
Yeah,
here's the funny thing though, I didn't read exactly how she put it, but she blames the left somehow.
of
I don't even know.
course. Of
I don't even know
course.
how that got. But to me, it's just the irony of it. It's like, oh, you want to take these rights away from people, and then you need it.
Hmm.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
These people, they don't care about anybody else until it affects them. And when it affects them, they want that privilege. And as long as they have that privilege, they don't care about anybody else. So it's let me do what I want, but you're gonna do what I want you to, kind of a deal.
Yeah. Hmm.
Matt, anything on that?
No, I missed that one, but the irony definitely isn't lost on me there.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson denounces GOP.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't something I was expecting.
I kind of think this might. I'm gonna make a wild prediction
Oh Lord.
because when I
Okay.
seen this, I was like, this might be his first step in running in 2028.
You think so?
I don't know. He's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not going to the left. He's denouncing the current GOP. Some red hats have woken up. A lot of people have not liked what's been happening just in general on the right. What better way to rally that group and maybe win some of the others over? Just rail against that while also railing against the left. I don't know. Like I said,
Maybe,
wild prediction.
maybe. My whole fear is that it's just a Trojan horse thing. Like it's
Yeah,
all a ploy. Like him and Marjorie Taylor Greene, like these are the cuckoo wackos of the branch.
yeah,
So if they're breaking off, it might be like, oh, see, we've lost all the cuckoo wackos, but really maybe it's just like distancing themselves. I don't know, either they're doing it or they're getting pushed away by the party, to make them seem more sane, which, yeah, okay. But I don't know. That's just me probably taking it too far, making it more complicated than it needs to be. Maybe he really did get pissed off. I mean, I mean it seems like more than would have already, but if he did, good for him. I mean, good for him for waking up. That's
yeah,
you can't. I don't think you can push people forever, and sometimes people will eventually break. So
yeah,
that we've seen many people who obviously are never going to break at all, no matter what. But I think some people they go, okay, look, I just had enough of this shit. So
Yeah.
who knows? Yeah. Either of you guys want to talk anything about the UFC fight at the White House?
The only thing is, um, and this, I hope this doesn't happen, but so TKO owns UFC and WWE, and there have been rumors since the success of the UFC fight that WWE may do a similar event. I'm just like, God damn it. I watch it to escape politics. I don't want to watch it and have it. I get my politics over here. I want my entertainment on. I I hope it doesn't happen. It was a spectacle and dumb, and Idiocracy was a documentary.
Yeah.
Mike Judge, man, he knew.
Yeah.
He's a time traveler.
I don't watch the fights anyway. But I agree. I don't see any reason for it. For some reason, it just seems more like a slap in the face.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely not professionalism, at all for the White House.
Can you imagine had Obama wanted to hold, I don't know, an NBA game on the White House lawn?
Yeah.
They would have lost the right, and Fox News and that ilk would have lost their fucking mind. And
Oh, Absolutely.
you could argue rightfully so. It's the same thing. It's like, why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, if they do the floors right in the ballroom, maybe they can have basketball.
Maybe.
It can be like our high school gym, where we
Yeah.
lunch on there at one point in time, and we had to square dance on it. So I mean, you can obviously still dance on
Yeah.
Well, sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. But what about the comment about Michelle Obama being a man? Anybody got any of that?
why people who make those type of comments shouldn't have a microphone in their hand, I would think.
I don't understand where all that ever started.
No.
And I'm
It,
not just saying this, like, it was just over the past couple weeks when that broke. Like, I was looking up old pictures. I'm like, she was very attractive. Like, I don't understand where that ever even started. Like,
I don't either. Probably some podcast somewhere. I don't know. But I had heard it a couple of times before. But yeah, no idea where it came from. It's obviously just a slur to be a slur. Like
yeah.
there's no reason for it. Just out of nowhere, kind of a deal. But, all right. All right. I guess Braden, let's talk about the old Iran war, peace deal war slash peace deal slash war pass slash peace deal slash war deal slash whatever the fuck it is today. I don't know. I don't keep up with it all. It's too much. What do we got?
Well, as of this recording, about yesterday, I think it was, we struck Iranian targets after Trump accused Iran of a foolish violation of by attacking cargo ships in the Strait of Hormuz. So I don't even know if that peace deal still stands, because it was for 300.
It was strike them peacefully.
Well, I just, it boggles my mind. The ceasefire was only for 60 days, according to the 14-point MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. Like, it was only for 60 days, and we were unfreezing, I think, 25 billion of their frozen assets. Then in turn, or somewhere, they were getting $300 billion in an investment reconstruction fund.
$1 billion. Now, I don't know the stats on this, and maybe you don't either, but let's go back to the Vietnam War. Okay? Did we pay them billions and billions of dollars in reconstruction?
No.
We lost that war, just like we lost this war.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I don't see how anyone can sit back, and I think I've mentioned this on here before, and now I'll mention it again. Like, how can anyone sit back and say we're as strong as we once were, militarily, on the world stage, however you want to phrase it?
We're not as hot. We're not as hot as we were. We're losing some of that hotness.
Yeah. It's just a shit show, man. Like, nothing about this deal, nothing about this war, whatever, is benefiting us in any way.
No.
Nobody seems to agree with this deal either. I mean,
No.
even Republicans are against it. Obviously, Democrats are against it. The common everyday man thinks it's probably nuts if you actually read it and see the points. Like, it's like, okay, so we get basically nothing. We're kind of where we were before, but we pay you $300 billion plus. You get to keep everything, and basically, I think you're actually way better off than you were before, right?
Yeah. And I think they're going to get tolls. The ships passing through have to pay tolls.
I did hear about that. I feel like it was kind of went back and forth with the tolls, but that will probably end up being a thing, which is crazy. right? Because this is like constant movement of ships, right? It's
Yeah.
in and out. So a toll like that, yeah, that'd be big profitable money for them. Again, way better off than they were before this happened. Are they thinking, they're going to make some rap songs thanking President Trump now, like, oh, thank you for all this money. It's just kind of idiotic to to try to go into a place and the reality is he bit off more than he could chew, right? But
Yeah.
it does. I agree with you. It makes us look weak. Like if we're this big superpower and we can't even, like get what we want out of a nation.
Yeah.
It like everybody else is looking at us, China looking at us, going, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We are fucking Russia right now. Ugh. I mean, look, the Russia Ukraine war. Did anybody think Ukraine would be still lasting this long? Nobody did, except maybe Zelensky. But nobody did. Like they're like, this is going to be over soon. But
Yeah.
hey, yeah, it's crazy. All right, Trump's new Air Force One, a $400 million plane from Qatar. More planes?
Yeah. And I think this is the one he gets to take with him after.
Oh, this is new then?
No, this is that same plane, I believe.
Oh,
he just finally made it Air Force One. I mean, it is technically new, but he gets to take it with him, I believe.
That was what I read too. That even though it's Air Force One now, when he leaves office, it'll be a jet that he gets to keep.
Well, he should have named it. He should have named it Air Force Two, number 2.
Yeah.
The Dukes.
Oh, that would have been way more appropriate.
And I'm thinking correctly that this is the jet that he got as a gift. Yeah, I was thinking I was on the same page.
Because we like our president to have gifts.
Yeah.
We do. We absolutely do. Absolutely. All right. Let's talk about his fun, disgusting bedroom habits. Apparently, there was a tell-all on that. Huh? He's kind of treating the White House like a hotel room or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. Chip, crumbs, and wrappers all over the bedroom, and then carpeting in the bathroom. That obviously was a thing back in the 70s and 80s, and is
which is so stupid, right?
Yeah, very unhygienic, very prone to mold. But yeah, I mean, none of it's really surprising. Also, it's kind of flew under the radar. I've not even seen him tweet anything about it or anything like that. So, but again, it's what you would expect. So,
and it's kind of like he's vying with Melania about like the sort of things she
the
puts,
decorations,
right?
Yeah,
the decorations.
Yep. Like he would take things down that she put up and put up what he wants behind her back. Just like, with him dancing to YMCA, hair has to be perfect. He really likes muscular men. And he's got an eye for decorations.
We are in the month of June, so I think I know where you're going with it.
I'm just saying, all the dots connect. So
he should be celebrating this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's sad that your president isn't doing the things he's supposed to be doing, but this is a high priority for him. It's like, okay. whatever. So I sent you guys this video. It was a YouTube that I watched. Really informative, really good. It's 500 Days of Trump's Corruption. I don't know if you watched that one or not. Now, a lot of this stuff we talked about already. We covered this on different episodes, but there was a few that I hadn't even heard of myself. And like he said, Senator Chris Murphy, that was illustrating all these points. Like he said, this is half of it. You know, there's so much more. But if you just pull it all together and just watch it as a whole, just go down the list. Like, it's just like, why aren't they in jail? You know, like,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. It's so bizarre that, I mean, it is so out. Like he said, I mean, it's out in the obvious. It's naked, as he was saying. It's not hidden. Everybody knows about this stuff. So he's telling this to Congress, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what are they doing? And okay, I get it to a degree. Like, Congress is going to be like, well, I mean, you know, we do take money from lobbyists ourselves, so, you know, what would we really do? But this is so beyond that, right? Really. Yeah. I mean, it's so beyond that. I mean, not granted, I think that is something that needs to be curbed too, but that's another story for another day. But the amount that he and his family and his buddies have done in 500 days, if you just watch the video, just the list of talking points alone that he puts on there should wake anybody with any common sense up to be like, holy crap.
Yeah.
So I urge anybody to go on YouTube and watch 500 Days of Trump's Corruption, because it is eye-opening and it is depressing, really. I mean, it's like, oh, Jesus, this is what we're living in.
Yeah, and he touches on some of the insider trading and market manipulations that's happened due to the Iran war. The one that kind of was eyebrow raising to me was the crypto piece, and how $57 million was funneled into those Trump's crypto companies, North Korea, Russia, and Iran. So my tinfoil hat got to go in, and I'm like, so they gave him, say 20-30 million. In return, they get 300 billion that he doesn't have to even pay.
Is this a fucking farce? Is this a fucking farce, dude? That's what I was thinking too. In my head, I thought, because throughout the video, he illustrates how basically everybody's pay to play. You give money, you give money, and your wish comes true. It's make a wish, but kind of a deal. So yeah, you're right, Braden. Whenever he said that, I thought the same thing. I thought, that is odd. And then he goes to war with them, and of course, and now they get, like you said, $300 billion. Was this the frickin'? Tell me this ain't going to be a conspiracy theory. Tell me this isn't going to be a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, that was one of the big things that stuck out. But to your point, anybody, that's just a couple of little tidbits. The video's about 30 minutes, well worth a watch. I agree. I encourage anybody to seek it out.
Yeah. Matt, did you watch it?
I've only gotten about 10 minutes in, so I need to finish it.
Yes. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see here. So there is I guess for government officials and stuff, there is a White House app that will automatically download on the government phones, and you cannot uninstall it. Now, Braden, was this you think this was for work phones, right? Or is it when you work for the government, it goes to your phone?
What I found wasn't very clear, but it does. We'll just say, I guess, for the sake of talking about this, the work phones of government officials. What I found wasn't very clear, but there is a thing in there where the app allows users to text President Trump, which autofills a text bubble reading greatest president ever. So, as if it's bad enough, you can't get rid of the damn thing. Like, God, yeah.
See, and I was thinking maybe it was something to do with they had to have something for security software, but if that's what the app is for, then
Yeah,
wow.
greatest president ever. Let me ask you something. Is there a lot of difference between Taylor Parker and Trump and Trump? Taylor Parker, the girl from
Yep.
Maternal Instincts.
I mean, well, oh, God damn it. I'm going to hell. So there was a story where allegedly Trump helped with an abortion. That was in that thing that everybody's fucking forgot about, the Epstein files.
Oh, I remember that.
So maybe they are more alike than we think.
Maybe they are. But my whole thing was you're just in a different reality from
Yeah,
actual reality. That's what
yeah.
I meant. I mean, we all have a reality, but there's a difference between being way over here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's do some AI. AI, AI designed universal vaccine passes the first human trial, and it could help prevent future pandemics.
Okay.
This is one that I think I want to see more stories like this. This is not a terrible one to me. Now, obviously, AI makes a lot of mistakes, but as long as there's skilled doctors overseeing this and so on and so forth, yeah, I think this is what we need to be using it for.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And they talked a lot about how it could help in the fields of science and medicine and everything like that. And I think that's where you will win the public over. You know, if you actually can show some proof that it can do some good, then they're not. I mean, I'm not saying no, they're still going to want all this data centers built and everything and all the water wasted and all that. But at the same time, if you can actually help people to a certain degree, I think that's going to give you a little bit more leverage than all this other stuff that doesn't seem to be that helpful anyway. But yes, that's a good one. And um, since I mean, if it could prevent future pandemics, I mean, that'd be awesome because we all lived through one, and it was not fun for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm sure a lot of people would not want to do that again. But here's some AI going bad. Let's talk about and there's a see that's the thing we have a good one, but then there's shit tons of bad ones. So
Yeah.
that's the unfortunate part about the AI is we talked about this before, and but I'm just seeing more and more stories of this happening over and over again. There was like three different ones I think that I read about in the last 2 weeks. But so an innocent man from North Carolina lost his job, his home, and his kids after the AI facial recognition program put him behind bars for 50 days. We talked once about a grandma who went to jail or was going to jail, but she never even been to that state. But this guy went to jail, lost all this, and that's the thing people don't think about. Like, oh, you went to jail? Yeah, I went to jail. And then, yeah, if you don't go to work, you get fired. If and your kid, like if you lose your kids. Crazy stuff. And there was another one, another man, a black man. He was there for 80 days.
Yeah.
Same thing. And then there was another one. I can't remember the age name, but these are just like this is too alarming not to sound the alarm about it. It's like they should not be using this to take people to jail.
No.
I mean, I'm sorry if these are the laziest Batman people on the planet, but you need to do some detective work. Okay? I mean, shit, man. It says you did it. Says you did it right here.
Yeah. it's wild to think about that. And I know we've talked about this and kind of going on with the Minority Report and things of that nature, the things that it makes us feel like, but it's crazy to think that we're able to prosecute just based off of AI saying, yeah, this is the guy. Or maybe they hadn't even prosecuted yet. Maybe they just jailed the person and they were awaiting arraignment.
Yeah.
It's,
But still, for that long, I mean.
yeah. Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah. And if they continue to use it for those types of things, I'm sure that it'll take longer and longer between them actually making the decision on whether or not it is the actual person.
Well, I'm going to assume all of them are going to sue because if it were me, I would sue. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So that's the only thing that's going to break it. More and more people suing and winning, and then going, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't do this. But it's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be doing it anyway. It's not there yet. I don't know if it ever will be. It's definitely not there yet. Here's the thing. I don't know if this was AI, but I assume it was. It was a robot beggar.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was a real story or not. It seems more like a joke, but a robot beggar begging for money for electricity.
I hope this was some kind of satire.
It does seem like a joke. It does seem like a joke. But then again, I could probably see it down the line. Down the line, somebody going, hey, go out there and get me some money.
Yeah.
Because some people, when faced with confrontation, they're not very confrontational. They're like, okay, yeah, I'll give you like a quarter or $1 or something, So I guess an easy way to make money if you have a robot. Hopefully it's like you said, it's satire, but it's these days you just never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, I don't know if I sent you guys the one, but I saw another one where it had a robot dancing on a stripper pole. So I mean,
I don't know if I saw the video, but I definitely saw the caption where it's taking my last job or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, again, people are going to get hung up on this sort of stuff. Some people are into anime and not like anime, but like anime. You know what I'm saying? And so people are going to be into robots. They're going to be into robots. That's just it. That's get used to it, I guess.
Well, they're already training us to masturbate, so.
Exactly. Matt, how's that going?
Still not making any money, but I'm trying.
Damn it. You gotta keep on keeping on. So a Boston neighborhood frets over the towering data center that looms over their homes. So there's this huge, apparently big one that's in town in Boston, and they're like, yeah. And apparently, to go along with this, apparently the ones in Tennessee are a go. Last thing I heard was that the one in Nashville next to the zoo, they bought the land, they got the permits, they're going to do it.
No.
I hope somebody lets the fucking lions and tigers out when they build that data center and they just go in there and Madagascar that shit and tear it down.
Until the penguins take over.
Yeah. It was very dystopian looking. That ominous black building just
And huge, right? Huge.
Yeah, like it just engulfed this suburban neighborhood. Like I don't know what we're doing anymore, but yeah.
Well, one of the things I was reading was stating that this may be a solution to a lot of the folks who are pushing back so much for the ones that are taking up hundreds of acres of land.
Oh, going upward instead of outward. We're doing skinny boys, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that was one thing that I was reading. I haven't done more research into it, but
I get it. Especially
maybe that makes sense, for
Well,
them to,
well, especially in cities, right? Especially in places where there's
yeah,
population. You're only going to have so much room. So probably in the country they may just, whatever. But yeah, that makes sense. Just go up.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure it's more expensive to go up, but I mean,
Money's no object.
That's
There.
not to the AI people. They got billions. But no, to your point, Braden, about with the animals. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, these poor animals. Yeah, of
Mhm.
course, they get inundated with people all throughout the day and stuff. But these aren't things that are going to go away at night. So we're talking about loud noises and stuff. And these animals are trying to sleep. Nocturnal animals, right?
Yep.
Some of them are, some of them aren't. But still, you're trying to sleep. Whenever you're trying to sleep, it doesn't matter night or day, really. It's going to be so much noise, uh, so much disruption. I mean, they're used to their way of life, albeit caged as it is now, but now we're going with a whole new system that's going to disrupt them. And nobody gives a shit,
Yeah.
except for Brad Pitt. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he has been standing up against it.
well,
Uh,
he was trying to save the one next to the zoo because I mean, obviously this makes sense, but again, from what I hear, it's going through now. I guess we won't know until it's over, but
yeah.
yeah. All right. Speaking of the data centers, apparently at Amazon's data centers used over 2.5 billion gallons of water in 1 year.
And they're stating that they do like a third of what other data centers do, correct?
Probably. Yeah. So I'm sure there's some that don't even have any sort of guardrails at all. Just
Regulations,
to the
yeah.
limit. Yeah. Um, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That is a
and
lot.
and I have heard, I've not deep dived into it, but I've seen different little TikTok, Instagram videos, little short form videos, people stating that these data centers don't even need that water. There's alternatives. Now, again, I don't know what those alternatives are, but
Well, they use it to cool down the system, right? It's to
yeah,
cool. So they have to figure out a way to cool it down without using water. That's the big thing. I don't know what that would be
right.
exactly, but apparently they run so hot that it has to be cooled down, and that's their only known method or that maybe it's the cheapest method. I don't know, but is to use the water to do it. Yeah, I mean,
Think of that for a second. We're building these massive structures that run so hot, we have to use billions of gallons of water.
mhm.
Again, I'm sure that won't be problematic.
Yeah. I mean, there's stories all the time about, the different reservoirs that are going dry and things of that nature
Going
too.
dry.
So,
Yeah, because as the except for that one spot in the ocean, as the as the planet heats up, we have more and more dryness and stuff, especially in certain places, right?
yeah.
Certain areas. Obviously, California has had many droughts and water supply issues for a long time, kind of a deal. Uh, so, I mean, yes, of course, the Earth is mostly made of ocean. Uh, so, but still, at the same time, at the same time, what
Just because we're 70% water doesn't mean we need to use all of it.
yeah, yeah. In like
Yeah.
in like 10 years, you'll be like, oh, it's all land. We found Atlantis.
Well, it's only,
You know,
there's only like 2% or 3% of the world's water is drinkable water, or
drinkable.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's what they're using, right? Instead of the ocean water,
well, I mean, for the places they're building them at, yeah, they're definitely using, the
because it's landlocked, right?
water. Yep.
Right. But if they could find somebody to use that water, maybe it wouldn't be such a crisis. But yeah, you're right. It's like use up all our water and then what?
Mars, baby.
Oh yeah, Mars. Here we come.
Well, I had saw something else once again, something I haven't looked a lot into, but you know, the statement that I had read was stating that they're going to find a way to start monetizing water, like fresh water. So, like I said, I
That
can't
would,
date it for sure if
you mean
that's or not.
for us, or for the data centers?
Well, period. Like fresh water,
Hmm.
you would be able to buy, um, I guess for like a better term, shares in fresh water and make money off the money that's made from the water
Hmm.
in a different way, not just a utility like it is now. Sorry,
I don't. I
these
don't.
cats.
I,
It's,
I feel the same way, kitty cat.
yeah,
uh, yeah,
like I
I don't
said,
like that idea.
yeah, and that's something
I don't like.
we would be going more into. But it's when we talk about this and the fact that it's going to be even more scarce is my
Well,
thought.
we're getting into the Lorax territory here. We're gonna start charging for air. Okay, I just think
Yeah,
that it, you know, uh, what little's free that we have, we need to try to keep it if we can. So
yeah,
that that doesn't sound good to me. Charge them for the water, sure. For them using billions and billions of dollars, okay. I mean, I'm okay with that. But charging the average Joe, well, no. All right, let's talk a little bit about flock cameras again. We talked about this last time a little bit, but they're everywhere. These flock cameras, they're putting them up left and right. You're going to see more and more of them pretty much everywhere, I think. It's uh, let's see, and they're not just, and they're supposed to be for detecting license plates and stuff, but they can get so much more information from that. I mean, with the AI, they can get like I mean, just any sort of like bumper sticker or any sort of like uh, mark that your car has, that can identify you, and they can kind of hold on to that in their information. They can also they do a thing where they can like get a cluster of cars. Like if there's like cars driving together, and they will kind of flag that and send that to, I assume, the police or somebody. Uh, in certain instances where there's you know one or maybe two or three cars is trouble. Like, could just be like buddies hanging out,
Mhm.
kind of a deal. Um, and just all kinds of probably information that's not really necessary and definitely wasn't supposed to be the goal of it, but
yeah,
obviously it is. More stuff to just spy and hold data on people all the time. And they're so new. They're pretty new, and we already see the nefariousness of it all. Cops are using it to spy on people.
yep.
So there's apparently a website that's like have I been flocked or something like that.com or something like that you can go to. I'm not. It's something like that. But uh, anyway, you can kind of look it up if see if people have been looking you up on the cameras.
Hmm.
But apparently, like cops have been like using it to like spy on ex-girlfriends and stuff like that. Just basically stalk people. So that's fun. That's fun that that's already been happening real early on, kind of a
Yeah.
deal.
Well, it shows you the power of it quickly, and that
Yeah,
information in
yeah,
the wrong hands. Not saying that it's not already in the wrong hands, but I think you understand what I'm trying to go. Where I'm trying to go there is
yeah.
that information in the wrong hands could lead to a lot of stalking and things
Yes,
of that nature. So I mean, it's very scary to think that's a thing.
yes. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine like you're a young woman or something and you dated a cop and it just didn't go well. You just weren't that into him or something happened, and all of a sudden this dude knows exactly where you are 24/7.
Yeah.
That is super creepy.
Yeah.
Not only that, but uh, like apparently. and this has happened multiple places. Apparently, there are cameras that are overlooking children's playgrounds. Now, there was a couple instances I read of this. One where a woman was saying there's like 5 or 6 cameras pointing toward the playgrounds, and maybe like 2 or 3 next to the traffics. The actual traffic. It's like, what's going on here? And their rebuttal is, well, we're putting it on places where there's a lot of like illegal activities or theft or stuff. Like, okay, you're just wanting to literally monitor everybody and putting it near a kid's playground. That is creepy, predatory Epstein Island bullshit. That's what that is. Like,
Yeah.
like, would you like? My kids are older now, so we don't really have to go to playgrounds that much. But would you want to take your little kid to a playground knowing that there's cameras everywhere?
Yeah. No. I guess if you tried to rationalize it, you could say it's to stop kidnapping, things of that nature. And maybe it is. But if these things are supposed to be primarily used to get license plate information,
Well,
to
that's the
your
thing.
point, yeah.
See, that's the thing. People say that. They'll say, "Well, I don't do anything wrong. What do I have to worry about?" It's like that is not the point of this at all. This is literally surveillance. This literally is fucking 1984.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Like, you give up your freedoms bit by bit for security. And some people are totally okay with it because they go, I don't do anything. That's not the point. They should not have this kind of power over us because it is always used nefariously, you know? And again, what I just said about them, like taking people to jail, by AI recognition. Maybe they see you on a flock camera and they go, "Oh, this guy is the one who did it," even though they have no other proof at all about anything other than you came by that camera. Kind of bullshit. Like it just doesn't seem like a good idea. Like I don't like the idea of being watched all the time.
Yeah.
That's not my thing. I mean, some people might be okay with it, but I don't like it.
It always feels like somebody's watching me.
Yeah, that song is more appropriate than when it came out. All right. Braden Trey Crowder. Did a video about reflecting pool and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, obviously, for those unfamiliar with Trey Crowder, he came from the same small area we all did, and
from the same county.
Yeah, same county. But I enjoy him. Got a good little gimmick, a little redneck. I don't know how much of a gimmick it is. I just use that term loosely. But no, this was a little bit of satire and jokes about the reflecting pool. And that's kind of been the story over the past few days because it is green. Apparently, and this was after they painted it with some high dollar paint, spent like $14 million. And it's just somewhat hilarious at the massive fuck up. So,
and also the scandal of like the guy who got the contract, there was no bid and stuff like that, because again, that was one of those pay to play deals with him. So what was the story about they cut a line? Was that true, or is that just
somebody cut the liner or the paint? That's 6 people apparently have been arrested. More people have been arrested for this than with the Epstein files. Yeah, that's the story. Some radical leftist cut it with a knife, like 300 yards or however long it is. But also, they drove across the damn thing, they being a motorcade with Trump and company.
Yeah, right.
when they drained it and painted it, and I'm like, that probably wasn't good. But yeah, it's just this one I can sit back and laugh at because it's not really hurting anybody per se.
Well, yeah, I get it. Yeah, it is to a degree funny, other than the fact that it's costing the taxpayer many
Well,
millions of dollars.
yeah. I mean that,
Yeah,
but it is just like just the incompetency day after day.
yeah, yeah. Matt,
I was there several years ago. I thought it was a beautiful place the way it was. I don't understand why we needed to pay millions of dollars for a new paint job. Um, maybe something had went gone that I'm not aware of. But once again, it's finger pointing. You know,
Mhm.
it's not my fault. It's their fault, and
right,
for
right.
something that doesn't make any sense why we were paying that much money for that anyway.
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't. See, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, it's kind of funny and silly and egg on him, really. But it's like, but then who pays for it? You know,
Yeah,
it's like he's a blunderbutt, but who pays for all his
Yeah,
blunders? That's the problem.
yeah.
You know, it's like it's us. You know, it's like it makes me sick to think that all these people in America are getting these cuts from all of these services and all these sort of things that they do, and then we're doing stuff like this and giving $300 billion to Iran and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's
oh, yeah, yeah. We saved all kinds of money, firing all those people and making sure that we weren't paying for things that weren't needed.
Hmm.
yeah. All right, let's go to Tennessee for a minute. Portion of Vietnam Veterans Boulevard renamed for Charlie Kirk.
I don't know. I honestly got nothing on this. I could
Yeah,
probably make some smart ass comment, but I'm not even going to bother.
yeah. I didn't know about that one either. But that's definitely a shocking thing to hear.
And isn't it a total slap in the face to the veterans?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Veterans.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, that to me, that just says like, okay, you don't need all of this road, do you? You don't need all this boulevard. We're gonna again. History is gonna be weird on this one. You know, history is
yeah,
gonna be weird. Of course, if Cliff were here, we talked a little bit about his history thing that he posted about how the books were kind of one-sided anyway. But I think they're always probably been that way to a degree, and they probably always will be. But
yeah.
uh, it's like when you have somebody that is so divisive, you know, and this is in Nashville too. I mean, Nashville itself is, I would think, more liberal, right? I mean, to a degree, but it's a blue
Yeah.
city. So if you've got this, it's kind of surprising, but you're probably going to see more of it, probably. Um, all right. Just a couple other little things. Going back to AI and Chat GPT. So we talked about this story before this happening, and it's happened again. This Chat GPT discouraged a woman from calling a suicide hotline. Apparently, she was depressed and confiding into AI, and they basically discouraged her from calling. And of course, what happened? Well, you know, she ended up killing herself.
Yeah, this isn't the first time that we've heard about this. So
This isn't the first time. This is a new story. Um, this is why they don't want to be held accountable for anything because this is going to happen more and more. You know, fortunately, and it's hard to tell people not to get too attached to these devices because they're not the Yeah, I think, even us, even before AI, what does Google say about this? Blah blah
Mm,
blah. Like Google wasn't always right, but AI specifically, it's definitely not always right because it can only pull from information that it knows. And so, yeah, I think that you have to not take everything that they say, as actual fact or truth or something that you should do. So if you're in these kind of situations, I feel like if you're, I mean, maybe it's okay to talk to it, to have it as to a degree, companion, but not like, what should I do? Should
mm,
I go on living kind of deal? But sadly, this is why I think, young people especially have to be careful about AI
Yeah.
and like, letting them have that technology because I think it in the wrong hands or even in the hands of, because when you're young and you're so full of emotions and stuff and the world is ending every day, or every other day, that sort of uh, discouragement or that sort of push could be the one thing that sets you over.
yeah.
So everybody needs to be careful with that. Uh, Last thing was White House wants Americans to show ID to use social media. Now, back in the old podcast, Braden and I watched a movie called The Circle. Remember that one, Braden?
Yep.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of that, where it kind of wants everything to come under one umbrella. Can you imagine having to show your ID?
Well, I mean, it's already there in a small part with porno websites. You have to verify your age, which that's slightly different. However,
Well,
if we're talking about teens using social media, and I'm not necessarily saying I agree with this, but again, I guess trying to rationalize it. But I think it goes down a very slippery slope.
it does. It does because it's like, well, then you have all this stuff on file, and you have all this other information on file. They're just going to put this with it,
Yeah,
kind of a deal. And the thing you said about with the pornography, that's only in certain states, like southern
yeah,
states. There's a lot of other states that you don't have to do that at all, kind of a deal. But there are more and more things that are requiring it, and yeah, I don't like it. I think
no,
it's just because you know what? Ever since that we've realized that everything can get hacked, and that was another news story too. Is like they were talking about how AI, like in like sort of a practice run, like broke into all these sensitive government websites, like just like that. Like the new Claude just went
hmm,
boom, broke into all this shit.
hmm,
So yeah, that's on, huh? So like so the ability to do that, like, and the fact that we've had so many data breaches, wink wink, nudge nudge, which some of them I'm sure are legitimate, and some of them probably might have been, here, take this and give me some money and I'll say it was leaked. You know?
hmm,
Do you think that happened every now and then? Probably did. I, I have no proof. It's just a theory. Uh, but the fact that anything you put out there and put online can easily get that, and the fact that now, but thanks to Doge, so many people know our social security numbers. And I think I already told you, I've already been flagged. It's already told me that it's on the black web. Mine,
hmm.
yeah. So thank you, Elon.
Yeah, that's
And
scary.
who knows down the road? I mean, anything could happen then with that. So it's like
Yeah.
it's sad that we've had to put this information in so many different places on the net already, and just add more to it. It just doesn't seem. It doesn't seem necessary at this
Yeah.
point. But I don't know. That's just me. So I got, guys. What you got, Braden? Anything else?
Nothing else. Nothing else.
All right, Matt. What you got?
Only thing I've got is I've started watching Avatar: The Last Airbender season 2. So far, so good. I don't know if any of you guys got into the Avatar: Last Airbender cartoon series, but one of my favorites. So I think they've done the series on Netflix. It's really good. The
Hmm.
movie was not a fan of the movie that they put out, but the series has been really good.
Okay.
So check that out if you were a fan of the Avatar. I think they're being true to the cartoon and great live action.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, guys. Well, until the next time.
All right.
Yes.
I've been doing cocaine in the bathroom on the window pane, and I'm high now. Have been for 3 days, and I can't seem to come down from this misty morning haze. Well, I hear the phone ringing, but I didn't answer in time, and the choir starts singing. I'm a flaky kind of guy, but you wouldn't want to come down if you were this high. Too busy to call you, baby, too stoned to ride. And I would have called you, honey, but there's a snowstorm tonight. You should have been there, it was quite a sight. You'll have to make